Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is your T-shirted historian, and I just got this in today, like a couple of minutes ago when I got in. So I wanted to share this with you guys, especially if you are Kickstarter backers like me. As you know, Greg from MyRaise is a regular member of our show, and he produces the iRaise 5e game. Well, it's his set of rules. It's his high fantasy setting for 5e. And anyway, not so long ago, he had a Kickstarter for The Doom That Came to Astreas, which is basically his homage to Robert E. Howard and a few other tropes. And, me being a Howard fan, being a big Conan fan, I had to jump on it immediately, and I did. And it just arrived in the mail, and I know he was pretty excited that I would get it. In fact, I think I was probably the very first person he sent it to. So if you haven't gotten yours yet and you ordered it, don't worry, I'm sure you'll be getting it pretty soon. Anyway, I have already pulled it out of the box, but I haven't unwrapped it yet, just to avoid doxing anybody involved. So here we go. Let's take a look at it. This is everything that came with it. First off, it came with a bookmark, an actual physical bookmark with a tail on it. I haven't seen one of these in a very long time. Now, normally I'm all about books that have their bookmark built in, like a ribbon or something. But this is a soft back, so obviously that wasn't possible. So this is the next best thing. And I like it. I think it's pretty cool. And hey, Calvinoni, nice to see you, buddy. All right, so let's take a look at this bad boy, huh? Like I said, I hadn't unsealed it yet. So it's still technically an unboxing. Or an unpackaging, I guess, if you really want to be technical. Ooh, squeaky. Yeah, if you ordered this on PDF, you probably already have a copy of it. Hey, Lorthoth, and hey, Parrothead. As you can see, it's really nice. That cover artwork is sweet. I think it's pretty cool. And here's our back cover. Astreas, a land out of time, forgotten by all but the heroes of a savage age. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I was pretty excited about this. And it is, as you can see, it's from Dueling Dragon Adventures, which is Greg's company, and it normally goes for $29.99. I don't remember what I kickstarted it for at this time. Sorry, but I'm sure if you want a copy of it, I'm sure he might actually still have some on his website. You might check it, and if I can find that website, I'll definitely bring it up. But yeah, let's take a look at this bad boy. You didn't back this Kickstarter, you may regret that. So I can't open it too much because I don't have enough room up here because of the arm on my camera. And I don't want to punch up a PDF and kind of mislead you guys into what the physical book is going to look like. But yeah. This is, as you can see, this is off-white paper, kind of grayish, which I like that. It's a little easier on your eyes. Got us a map here. Got some beautiful artwork. And I've shown the PDF of this on other streams, I think. But yeah, we have a little bit of history here. But you know me, I love history. Man, I love the artwork in this. I still want to work with Greg one of these days, but honestly, my style of art doesn't probably doesn't jibe with his more traditional look for his books, but maybe someday. Yeah, look at that. That's an Arnie Conan homage there if I've ever seen one, complete with, half naked chicks at the bottom of the throne, which, we all want that, right? Oh man, I gotta flip over so you can see this. Here again, it's our cover piece with some more stuff here. So we have the kingdom of Astreas, and somebody's calling me on the phone. Gonna ignore that. Some more great looking artwork here. So here's these are the characters that you could play from, were basically like the Cimmerians from Robert E. Howard's Conan. The ones that know no fear. Yeah, they're the people of Atrathos. And here you can see what their character features are. So they're a little bit different from your typical humans. It's one of the nice things about the Irie settings is that it usually provides a couple of different racial options for every race in his book. So while effectively you may only get 5 or 6 base races, there's actually in actuality 12, and then of course there's the wildlings, I think they're called, who have lots and lots and lots of different animal species. But yeah, and some of these abilities unlock at different levels. This is just really cool. It's very Conan-ish. All chicks should be half naked as default. Well, there you go. Paradise' last thing you supported was Vinny's book. Oh, Vinny Tartamella, Shadow of the Kraken. Good stuff. We like Vinny Tartamella on this channel. I've never had him on this channel, but he's a good guy. And here we have the Eleusinians, which are basically like the frog people. Which is kind of cool if you wanted to play frog people. Now you've got frog people. Guardians of the Forgotten. Yeah. See, I haven't really had to... I know I've had this. I've had the PDF for a while, but I haven't actually read it. Because I wanted to wait until I got a physical copy. Because I'm just one of those must-have a physical copy snobs, I guess. I mean, seriously, it's like having a physical copy these days feels like it's a privilege. Because anybody can get a digital copy. Because they make digital copies cheaper, and I don't trust digital copies, so I like my books. I like my stuff to go clunk. But this is the Frostveer, Savage King. These are basically your T-Rex looking dudes. Hey, Calstaff, good to see you. Paradise says, I'm sure if you reached out to him, you two could work something out. Well, I might do that, yeah. I'll have to get old Vinny on here someday. And if that's not right out of the never-ending story, I don't know what is. It's pretty cool. I think that's the Colossi of Strife. I could probably get Greg on here to talk about all this, but really this isn't an interview about the book or anything. This is just an unboxing video, so I'm basically showing kind of what you're getting. It's not really a full review because I haven't read it. But this is basically a video to show you what you get if you get a physical copy, and maybe to generate some interest if you are a 5th edition player and you want to get into Iries. I don't believe that you need to have the Iries base book to use this one, because this is kind of standalone material that you can just drop right in. But if you do incorporate it with the Irie setting, you get a much more full world, which is kind of cool. And I would not play Forgotten Realms, but I would play Iries for 5th edition. And hey, Ironcaster. This is the Sliskvir. And these guys win the award for the coolest name, the Karasul. And they're also kind of the coolest characters in it because they're basically eagle people, as you can see. The Orinvir, is that what they're called? Humans cursed with the forms of half-eagles. So you get some new races in this book, which are all pretty heavy metal, balls to the wall, Conan, and more dark, low fantasy inspired, which is, honestly, it's pretty cool. Put on some heavy metal music and, read this and play it, and you have a winner. And according to Greg, from what he has said about the book, some of his characters and things were inspired from certain 80s films that I'm very awesome about. Let's see here. We got our 5 alignments. We got more background stuff. Okay, yeah, like here we go. The King and Queen of Atrathos. This is Karodar, the barbarian, and Fiora, the warrior queen. I think she's got like a little slip of cloth on there, so she's not fully nude. And you can see there's a little bit of a chain going out into something. So she's not nude. YouTube, don't take me down for this. I mean, it's about almost as nude as it gets, but we ain't quite there yet. We're definitely leaning into the Frazetta side. Speaking of which, you could tell the artwork is very much Frazetta and probably Vallejo inspired. So if that is your jam, this is your book. Let me tell you what, it's my jam. This guy, Pentagon, the Master of Time, this dude is very much a homage to Elric, as you can see. Vilki, the Blade Dancer. Yeah, we've got a fighting frog man here, and it still manages to look cool. Sidonia, Empress of the Claw. Illustrations are great. And I think it's the sepia tone background that really sells it as very Conan-esque, very Boris Vallejo-esque. Groshk, the Slayer. Dude's got a heck of a smile, don't he? Oracle of Thornwood. And there's a little magic item here called the Amulet of Time. So a little bit of magic here. Get some advice to role-playing in this environment. And this character is Drakmorla, she of black magic. She is very much inspired by Queen Taramis of Conan the Destroyer, the film, if you haven't seen it. Definitely worth it. Oh, man. And this is the Horg. These are beastful humanoids who are basically like, if you're familiar with the Beastmaster movie, you might remember the Jun Horde, which is basically like a big giant horde of barbarians who run around everywhere and just destroy everybody and attack everyone. That's basically what these guys are. And Angry Horse looks pretty terrifying. He is actually pretty terrifying. He's got stats in here. So here's the Skull Breakers. That's him right there, Cartharaz, the Horg Arbiter. I would not want to get into a fight with that dude. He looks like he could whoop my butt. And as it happens, he's what is he? Let me see. He's a challenge rating 13. So yeah, he's definitely a long-term campaign villain. He's not a one-night blow-through. At 170 hit points, he will challenge your heroes pretty well. The Tribe Slayer, a gargantuan beast dinosaur. Because, yep, everybody needs something that's not quite the Tarask, but just bad enough to require a little bit more skill to beat. The Orhook's Thunder Lizard. This is so cool, man. Everything here just screams like, 80s Italian sword and sorcery movie to me. Look at that artwork, man. It's just great. Like even if you bought this and never used the setting, you got so many good NPCs in here. You got good races in here. I haven't got to the magic item section in here, but I'm sure there is one. You got great ideas here. And that's kind of all you really need to have a good time. You have some new rules like stricter timekeeping, permanent death, alignment restrictions. All good things. You have morale. You have optional rules like wilderness encounters. I like that. It makes it more old school feeling. Yeah, Thoth, it is beautiful print. It's just, it's glossy. It looks nice. The color bled through real well. It took a little extra time for them to get this right, but I think they did a sweet job. It's definitely the equal of anything that you can buy, from a physical perspective, from any other professional printing company. Watsy. But it's definitely not Watsy. It's its own thing, and I like that. Slith the Kobold. This guy's kind of cool because he can be used as a hireling as well as an NPC. And if you use him as a hireling, depending on what errands you send him on, he'll do things and come back with things. Just kind of cool. So he kind of provides like a little adventure all on his own. Yep, here we go. Here's a legendary weapon, the Thram, the Axe of Legend. There's the Horde of Destruction. And how to deal with the Sorcerer's Queen and who the Horg are and how they can be encountered. Hey, awesome one. The candy's all over these pages, man. Look at how beautiful that is. And see, normally I'm not a big fan of, brown, but it looks good. It's nice and clear. It's easy to read. The text is big. It's not a huge book, but it is pretty meaty for what you get. We have travel times over here. Here we go. We've got hex maps if you are a hex map person. And yes, there are encounters in these hexes. They detail them over here. Yeah, Parrothead. Bruce Lombardo's a buddy of mine. I like him. We talk a lot. Yeah, wilderness encounters, Lair of the Tribe Slayer, if you want to deal with that. Look at that, Sliskivir Barrow White. So literally it's like a skeletal dinosaur man. The ancient ziggurat, so you got all kinds of stuff here. This is really cool. If you ran the adventures out of this or used the characters out of this or any of the magic items and stuff like that, you've gotten your money's worth. For $30, it's if that's what the retail copy is going to cost, it's still a good price. Like I said, I'm not sure. I don't remember how much I paid for it on Kickstarter. I'd have to go back and look at it. Honestly, what difference would that make now? Because the Kickstarter's over. And the prints are at the stores. Yeah, this is neat stuff. We've got some suggested quests. We've got stuff about the Throne of Fangs. Look at this is all just good Just good stuff here. We got some more NPCs. Scythron, the Winged Doom. Zaxgar, the Crusher. We have Jackalveer. And we have somebody who is definitely inspired by Grace Jones. Zula character from Conan the Destroyer. Zyra, Wolf of the Sands. Also a pretty tough customer. 91 hit points. Yeah, she's you're not gonna take her out at level 1 or 2. I'd have to wait till about level 5 or so. Have you seen the movie Fire and Ice? You should, because that's kind of what we're emulating here with this guy Warhawk. I love that. That is so awesome. Man, this is just making my 80s my 80s little thing just go off here. I love it so much because everything in this is such a homage, and I love stuff like this, man. I wish more people would do things like this. Speaking of which, I did order the 3 books from Hyperborea, so I'm kind of excited to see how that compares as far as the Howard-esque Frazetta type thing. Yeah, we've got a giant mammoth to fight because, of course, we do. We have the Forgotten Vein. All these cool things we can deal with. Look at this. We got more hex maps. You can wander through Eleusis if you want to. And like I said, you don't have to use the entire setting, but even if you just, tear out chunks of things from this book and use it, it's well worth it. This is not a full-on adventure module. This is not a full-on campaign module. This is basically it's a what would you call it? A accessory, I guess. An add-on. But it is still worth it. And you could definitely get a lot of ideas from this. I know veteran GMs will love this. New GMs could probably use this with a little bit of work, figuring out how to add it into your games. I'm just very impressed with it. And I like it. I like the way it looks. I like how quality this is. Everything's really clean. I just can't say enough good things about it. And look at that. Oh, there you go. Here he is. Here's Greg. It is a full campaign that you can run, and it'll take you a few months. Oh, okay. So it is actually a full campaign. Nice. Speaking of which, yeah, if you weren't sure, yeah, this is the guy who actually created this book, and good guy. Appears on my Saturday show pretty often, and on my Tuesday show when I normally do it, which we're not in season right now, so. Hoim. The Hoim. It's a huge aberration. It's not actually a beholder. It's, I don't know. The way he looks is kind of like Hoim. It says you might not encounter everything. There's enough to run it twice and not have the same experience. Yeah, that's cool. Me likey a lot. That's beautiful, man. Look at this. The great shellback. Now, this is, I think this is, correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, but this is a callback to Morla the Ancient from Neverending Story, if I'm not mistaken. See, I know my 80s movies. I grew up in the 80s. I'm older than you. Most of you, anyway. The Remnants of Karathul. Yes, confirmed. Ding, 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 ding. I know my stuff. Greg, if you want to come on here to talk about this, you can. But like I said, this isn't really a interview. This is just talking about this book in particular, and just kind of an overview. The Orenbeer Centurions. Temple to Eros. Oh, we have some more hex maps here. Naxaman. We have some objectives. We have the Death Dealer. Yeah, if that's not a Frazetta reference, I don't know what is. And he looks like a bad dude. Yeah, it's okay. I'm in the chat if anyone has a question. Okay. I'll throw you a link just in case. And if you want to come on and say, no, T-shirt, you're getting that wrong, you can. So if you have any questions about this, guys, like I said, the author is in the chat. He might possibly hop up onto the stream. But like I said, I'm just mostly showing it off. Oh, he's at work, so never mind. Where's the goat demon's parrot head? I don't know. Let me look around. Yoo-hoo. Baphomet, where are you? You sleeping over there?
Shut up, T-shirt. Go back to your nerd shit and shut up.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll back to it. Halls of the Damned. Procession of the Doom. Look, there's just so much stuff here, man. There's so much stuff. There's so much stuff. There's so many little adventures here. I really want to run this. I really want to run this. Approaching the peak of sorrow. The shade of Olholgim, the Witch Lord. Man, this is cool. I love it. I love it. Just take your 5th edition game, drop it in the Tower of Blizvar, the final confrontation of the doom that came to Astreas. Yay! Look, it actually does have a finale and some really wonderful artwork. Secret Vaults of the Doomed. The Eternal Watchmen. I'm trying to move through this quick enough that you guys can get a good look at it, but then I won't give it away too much if you're wanting to play this. Sorceress Queen. The Horde. Oh, man, look at that. Look at that gorgeous artwork. Beautiful splash pages. I love it. And here we have some treasures of Astreas. What's cool about this is not only is it a nice little treasure list, but I think what Greg was going for, and I could be wrong, but I think what Greg was going for was this treasure lists are kind of appropriately themed for this setting. In other words, you're probably not going to find anything that's like super duper overpowered high fantasy on these treasure charts. You're going to find stuff that is kind of that fits more. And what I mean by that is, if you're a Conan fan, you know that Conan takes place in what is called a low fantasy setting, which means there's not a lot of magic, or magic is very, very dangerous. So when you do get magic, it's very rare, and it's either very treasured or it's extremely dangerous and very short-lived. And yeah, okay, so as he says, didn't want anything too weird. I guess all you need now is a Clockwork Owl and the Bog of Eternal Stench, and it'll be complete. Yeah, there you go. I like this very, very much. And then we have our credits and thanks, and let me see, am I on there? I may be in there somewhere. No? Okay. Here's a glossary if you aren't sure about what some of these terms are, which is really good. I like glossaries. And oh, wait a minute. Special thanks to all of our supporters. Let me see. Am I on there? Am I on there? Let me see. Is my name on there? It is on there. I'm not telling you which one it is, but I'm in there somewhere. And then we have our open game license credits. Really cool. Very impressive. Definitely recommend. And Greg, I gotta ask, is this going to be on your Iries website? Which, by the way, I need to find that. Oh, whoops. That's an education course. I don't think he wants that one. Here we go. Chronicles of Ares. Oh, it's not. You're all out of copies? Uh-oh. If you didn't back for the physical one, I guess you won't get this. Maybe he'll have another print run at some point. At the very least, the PDFs, as far as I know, are available on DriveThruRPG. And Greg, have you made it available on Big Geek Emporium also? I'm just curious. Okay. So here we go. He's all out of copies, but they are doing a reprint in about a month or so. So there you go. All is not lost. And now you have a preview of what you can look forward to if you get it. And here is the website for the main books if you want them. And he has it says you can get the digital at any time. And our first 2 books. Yeah. And okay, so he's not on Big Geek Emporium. He's got an exclusivity agreement with DriveThruRPG, which I understand. That's okay. That's okay. We support all of our friends. Okay, we're not anti this or that. And look at that, man. Just about almost fits perfectly. Let's see. Just a hair too small, I think. But yeah, there you go. That is the Doom that came to Astreas. I recommend you picking it up on DriveThruRPG. If nothing else, you can get a look through it, see what you're getting. I mean, you saw what you're getting. And what can I say? It's good stuff. It's definitely a new way to take your 5th edition game, and I highly recommend it. If you are especially a big fan of old 80s sword and sorcery films like Conan the Destroyer, The Sword and the Sorcerer, Never-Ending Story, all that stuff. This is the book you want because a lot of that is in here, and it's very cool, and I like it. So there you go. All right. Well, we're about up to 35 minutes, which is plenty long for an unboxing video, I think. So we've shown you everything. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will go and rush right out to DriveThruRPG and pick up your copy if you're not already expecting a physical copy like me. And what can I say? Until next time, you guys take care. Thank you for hanging out with me. And if you're catching this on the replay, hey, everything is linked up and posted in the description and stuff. You just got to pause where you need to. All right. Well, later, Gators. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Look, the Dungeons and Dragons ride!